What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be sharing with you what I've been growing on my patio. So I'm going to do a little patio tour on all the vegetables and things that I have going on. I get a lot of questions on how I've been growing things. I grow everything in a container, mostly fabric pots, and I've been having pretty good success. Some things I already harvested, so you guys will see some empty plants, but nonetheless I've been able to harvest a few things, and I want to share with you guys some mistakes that I've made. This is basically my second time growing vegetables at all, so I'm going to show you guys what I have, what's going on, and let's get into the video. Alright, so here's an overview of my patio, my balcony, whatever the best word is for this. Here is what I got going on here, and then over here. I don't even use my chairs because I just have so much stuff going on. So yeah, let me start over here on the right side. Right down here, I have one of these like little long, what are they called? Long containers. And I have a bunch of different lettuce growing on here. I think these are like burpee Caesar lettuce. And then this is another variety, like the purple kind. And then I have another burpee kind. I think I have them labeled here. Let me see. Yeah, burpee bib. I started these early June. So I have that. I started them all at the same time. So I have a couple of those. I have another variety here. One was just called like the name of it was literally just variety. So one of these is the variety kind. Another one is a purple kind. And then this one here is a mustard greens from rareseeds.com. They're supposed to be giant, but I kind of crammed too many things in this container, so I'm not expecting it to grow that big, but the leaves, as you can see, are pretty big. And I've already harvested this, and it actually tastes really good. I really like the way this tastes. I've never actually ate mustard greens normally or ever really, but I actually really like these, and it tastes really good. And then over here in the corner, I have my kale, which is also from rareseeds.com. It has a funky name. Yeah, I started this on the 2nd, but in the picture of the packaging, it's supposed to be kind of like a purpley blue color. So I'm not sure if this is ready to harvest yet. I've never grown kale before. I don't really like kale that much, but I'm gonna kind of teach myself to figure out other ways that I can eat this and enjoy the things that I grow. So I got these seeds in a free pack, with purchase. So I just ended up planting them, see if they grew, and they definitely grew. So we're gonna figure out how I'm gonna eat those. This giant thing right here, which is turning yellow, it's been really hot here, guys. I've been having to water my plants almost every day. But this is my cucumber plant, which is tilting over. I just harvested from this. Let's see if I can step back and get you guys a good overview. This is my cucumber plant. I've been training it to grow this way instead of growing all the way up because I don't have anything to make it grow up taller, but for next year, I'm definitely gonna try to create something a little better than this. But it's basically some bamboo sticks, some string, and then I kind of ran out of that, so I ended up using one of these like trellises that you can buy at the store, and then I just cut it, and then I just kind of staked it to another bamboo stick. So it's not very sturdy, but it's working out. I'm just gonna post a picture here on the side of when I harvested what it looked like. The cucumbers were huge. Of course, the cucumbers were so big it was making my frame kind of tip over or whatever. So for next year, I'm definitely going to create something a little bit better, buy something better. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but it needs to be a lot more sturdier than this mess that I have going on here. Down here, I have some culantro seeds for my Hispanics. This is recao. I've been struggling to get this to grow. It's a very slow grower. I started it indoors. I just recently put it outside. I'm gonna repot it within the next couple of days. I've been just having it in this corner over here so it can get a little bit of shade, because leaving it out into the direct sunlight, it's gonna burn. So I have it here, and that's going. I have a little fruit seed here. I forget the name of it, but I'll probably update you guys later on this. But this is a really strange fruit that I ordered from rareseeds.com. I'll put the name down below because I can't remember it at the moment. I just planted this and it's just germinated, so I'm excited to grow that, and hopefully I will have time to grow it out to the fullest before frost. Over here I have my sunflowers. They're pretty small. I just recently repotted them into here, but they're doing okay. This is a mammoth kind, and this is a Mongolian kind. And there goes my neighbor walking her dog. It's from rareseeds.com. It's their Mongolian sunflower. It's supposed to be really, really big. It's been growing rapidly. I have it in a 5-gallon pot. It's probably not big enough, but I don't have anything bigger than the 5 gallons, so we're just gonna make it work. Hopefully I can get some seeds out of it. We'll see. It's my first time growing sunflowers, so we'll see how that turns out. In this bed right here, I have all of my peppers. This is a huge fabric pot. I forget what the size of it is. I'll leave a link down below from Amazon of where I've got it. It's basically four pots just kind of divided in a square. And I'm not sure what the size is. I would say they're a little bit bigger, maybe like 5 gallons each, I would say. Maybe a little bit more. But it's holding all of my peppers right now, and as you can see, my peppers have been doing really well. Last year I planted in the same container. I planted a lot of stuff that I didn't start from seeds. It was things that I bought from the store, and I brought them home and I grew them, and I didn't have very good success with them. I had a lot of blossom and rot, and I think I just didn't fertilize enough. So this year I made sure I got a lot of fertilizer. I've been using Happy Frog, a lot of dry amendments for these, and I've also been doing teas. See that little punk right there? Anyways, one of my biggest mistakes was putting 3 plants in one container, and what happened with that was 2 of them would thrive, 1 of them would stay really small. So learn my lesson, no more than 2 plants. Maybe just keep it to 1 plant, especially if it gets really big. You can see the trunk of this one is very, very thick. Same with this one. So the 3rd one that I had in here had to get cut off because it just didn't grow very much. Another variety I have in here that I bought is this Chocolate Beauty. And this one, I think what happened, it's giving me some really weird shaped bell peppers. This one doesn't look too bad, but I did take one off from here already. It was forming into like a different shape. So I think it got cross-pollinated with another pepper that I have going on the other side. So I have that one coming in nicely here. Over here I also have some hot peppers. I forget the name of these. These are like White Fantasy. These are called Ahi White Fantasies. And then here you can see one of the banana peppers growing in really weird. Down here I have these are supposed to be Sugar Rush Peach. And I also harvested a bunch of these already. Still have a few right here. I think this one also might have cross-pollinated with the sweet banana peppers because they're supposed to be peach and they're not turning peach, they're staying yellow. So I'm wondering if they cross-pollinated. So even if they did cross-pollinate, I did test these already and they're super, super spicy. So they still have a great spice to them. So, and then the rest of them are bell peppers. My bell peppers have been taking a while to grow in. I think they're struggling a little bit. You can see one growing in right there. But other than that, I've been able to harvest some great peppers so far, so I'm really happy with that. Over here in this section, these are all my tomatoes. So here I have some Ace 55 tomatoes that I started from seeds. I've never grew anything like this before, and I don't think I'm gonna grow any of these again because I struggled a lot with this. Number one mistake that I did was that I put it in a pot with another plant. I shouldn't have done that. I should have kept it by itself. It's putting out a tomato, but I'm not expecting to get too many tomatoes out of this. And then the other plant that I stuck in here that I shouldn't have done is this Roma. This is tomato Roma. And you can see I have a few coming in. I don't think they're gonna grow too big. I think they're gonna stay small just because I shoved it in this 5-gallon bucket. Let me see if I can get, there we go. I shoved it in this 5-gallon bucket along with another plant, and I don't recommend doing that. I feel like that's the mistake that I made this year, is kind of jamming too many plants. I had a lot of time on my hands with the whole pandemic. I started a bunch of seeds, and then I just had way too many plants that I didn't want to kill. So I tried to save space by putting them together, but then you don't really get the full size of the fruit when they're done. So that's my recommendation. I have another one here. These are my Lemon Boy tomatoes. I purchased these from a shop in New Hampshire. Again, this is another, these are the other 3 of the Lemon Boys. You can see this one's a little bit bigger, but again, they're staying really small just because I put way too many together. So those are the 2 Lemon Boys. I see one here. It's ready to pick pretty much. Right here I have my mini tomatoes. So these are actually meant to be mini. These are my tomato shimmers. April. I started those in April. And then I have these tomato boomers that I started a little later. And these are doing pretty well. As you can see, they're producing a lot. They're turning. These are supposed to be super small. So yeah, these are coming along. This is probably not the best amount of space to give tomatoes, but even with the small space that I gave them, I still have a lot of tomatoes coming in, so I'm not too upset about that. But I do recommend giving them a lot more space. Over here I have a bunch of stuff that I don't have space for. I think I'm gonna be upgrading them soon. They're already growing super fast. Let me separate these a little bit. So I have some more peppers and tomatoes. These are my Black Beauty tomatoes. It's looking really nice. These are my tomato orange icicles from rareseeds.com. These are my pink tomatoes. So this is supposed to give me a really nice pink tomato. I have them. These are all 1-inch pots, except for this one. This is this pot that's a little bit smaller. I need to repot this one very soon. These are my Zulu peppers, I believe. Nope, I'm lying. These are my sweet yellow peppers. So it's supposed to be like yellow bell peppers. These are my Zulu peppers right here. These are in a 1 gallon. These are my tomato carbon. I think these tomatoes are supposed to be pretty big, so I'm gonna need to give this a lot more space to grow. These are my ají dulces. So I started a whole new ají dulce because this was one of the plants that I planted over here, and it didn't have the full potential to grow because the other plants were just taking up all the space. So I started another one separately, and I have that one here. I need to repot that soon. And then here I have my tomato Chardonnays. These are supposed to be kind of like small cherry tomatoes. So I'm excited to see those. Those are also from rareseeds.com. I have a pineapple here that I purchased from my local garden center. And I think all the leaves have been burning off. It doesn't look healthy, but the pineapple still looks okay, I think. I'm not sure. I've never grown a pineapple before, and I feel like it needs a shadier area, but I just don't have that here. So we'll see if we get a pineapple out of this or not, but I won't be too mad if I don't. And then moving on to the last 2 things here, I have a strawberry plant that I purchased from Lowe's or a Home Depot or something. And I do have some strawberries coming in. You can see I'm growing this in a 2-gallon fabric smart pot, and it's growing in really nice right here. I've been feeding it Happy Frog. I've also fed it some of the tea, and I've been cutting off the runners because it was giving me a lot of runners, just runners. I don't want to have multiple plants. I just want to grow one. So I kept cutting them off, and then now finally it's been producing a lot of strawberries. So I'm looking forward to trying those out when they're done. And then last but not least, I have a watermelon plant. This is a golden midget watermelon plant. Never grown watermelon before, but I did start it from seed. It's been a few weeks. It's growing really fast. I have it in a 5-gallon. Hopefully that'll be big enough. And when I transplanted it, I did lose a few leaves at the bottom. I think I might have ripped some roots. I kind of messed up the roots a little bit, but it did bounce back. It has a lot of new growth. I'm gonna have to make a trellis for this very, very soon. So I will update you guys on that as well. And then last but not least, I have some sunflowers here. These are Miss Mars pink sunflowers. One of the mistakes I made with this was that I left it in a small pot for way too long and it got root bounded. So I just recently potted up in here. It took a little while to bounce back. So I think we're on track to get some sunflowers out of that. Over here I have some pizza thyme that I've harvested a few times already. This is what I have left. And then over here I have some pizza oregano. I don't know why they're labeled pizza oregano. I think it's just regular oregano, right? That one I harvested a couple of times already, and then now it flowered on me. So I'm not sure if I should continue to harvest it. Is it still gonna taste the same? I didn't start these from seeds. I actually purchased those, but it's been fun just kind of playing around with new things to grow. And then here I have some parsley that I also purchased. A lot of it has already turned yellow. I did harvest some of it. Most of it kind of died off. A lot of experimenting, learning on what works. So yeah, that concludes this balcony video. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know if you have any tips on how to maximize my space, because I don't know, I ran out of space really quickly. I am gonna clean up this mess. I'm really sorry that this is how I had to record the video, but I'm gonna do an update, so stay tuned if you guys are interested. Let me know if you have any questions below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye guys.